Boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Brooklyn Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah 2.0. I am the mail boy and the CEO. And in case you did not know, every time that I come, it is time to go. He's a boy on Pillow Talk with these hoes. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
You already know who you already know who it is. This is your boy Alex, the motherfucking Heel, aka the Stanley of podcasting, and also known as the man they've been telling y'all, fuck the Mr. McMahon group, and now I am accepting application to join my fan group. Also known as the guy that from your girl Clipper Cross Space. You can find that on MySpace. And I might be chilling with Macy Gray the way I'm going to be canceled for the things I'm about.
We will get to that. I purposely didn't say anything to you for the last 4 days about that one topic. We'll get to it, though. And on the boards, they call him J-Kid.
Yeah. It's your boy, Steve Franchise on the ones and twos, giving you that Ultra Wrestling Heels news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo.
And to kick off our show, as we always do now, the greatest 3 minutes in wrestling podcast in history, Cheeks of the Week. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, yada, 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 please do yourself a favor. Hop over to YouTube, watch the first 3 minutes, enjoy the cheeks, and then you can consume our programming however you normally choose to do so. But for each team to take a table bump. And other than that, the rest of that whole match was just on the fly.
Yeah, they were.
Of course.
So back in that era, you didn't need to plan a match out. You could have never met this person before. Everybody speaks wrestling. You have a match. Nobody speaks wrestling anymore. Everybody speaks Mark. That's what they speak, Mark. Go ahead, Alex. I know you got more.
Oh, yeah, I do. So, he did give his son Xanax, we know. He
Yeah.
did string with his wife, we know.
Yeah.
But then we also know that his brain was in a bad state of almost an 80 to 90-year-old, so he didn't know what the fuck he was actually doing. So you can kick rocks on that. So shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
2, your husband wrestling style almost take the same kind of style as him. So watch your back.
Oh, shit.
3, I love your cheeks of the week, but I need you to shut your mouth for the year. 4, you already lost a two tag team partners in TNA. Be quiet when you lose a third one, and then you're by yourself again. And 5, I heard a rumor you're supposed to be going to AEW, and if you do go to AEW, you're going to be treated worse than not just a superhero is on the main roster of WWE. I'm done.
Okay, so then she decided to make an apology after everybody in the wrestling business told she's a fucking idiot. So Jordynne Grace announced on the following live Twitter and Instagram feed with David Benoit, the son of Chris Benoit. Last week, I made an irresponsible and unnecessary tweet. Regardless of my personal emotions regardless of how my personal emotions influence my opinion, I should have recognized the impact my words would have on friends, family, close to the situation. I was completely thoughtless in that regard. Since reflecting this past week, I have reached out privately to friends and family I may have angered or hurt. Among those were David Benoit, Chavo Guerrero, and Chris Jericho, who are supporting me in the decision to partner with and fundraise the Concussion Legacy Foundation. I have pledged $5,000 with the overall campaign goal being a total of $20,000.
So she was trying to save her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's currently the Impact Women's Champion. Now, you are the, 5th biggest wrestling company? And let's be real, it's kind of just like over there in the corner in the grand scheme of things. But it's still, you're supposedly a top person in the business. You can't be saying shit like this and not expect backlash. It was a Karen move.
It was.
It was a total Karen move.
Yeah, it was.
She used her palm-colored skin ass to basically get away by the squirt of her teeth. That's all.
And this isn't the first time she's done this. I forgot what she did like 2 years. No, I'm sorry. It was when Jim Cornette called her Butterface. Now, I've heard the joke Butterface before. Mm-hmm. It just means you got a banging body, but your face is ugly. But she took it as he was fat shaming her. So you didn't even get the joke. B, and then the way she retaliated for the joke, she came out looking stupid just like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She should shut the fuck up.
She might have a Karen mentality. I don't
know. Look, question. Why is Mickey James not champion again? Oh, that's right. I forgot, Mickey know how to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, even though she gets her shit sent to her in a plastic bag, she's still.
Hey, look. She gets it put in a plastic bag, but look, she's not part of this lawsuit because she not keep her mouth shut.
Yeah. Oh, remember, did you see her tweet last week where she said, "No wonder I never got that raise."
Niggas got me fucked up.
But it's just wild that she would come out and say this out of where did this come up?
Mm-hmm. Somebody must have seen her and compared her husband to Chris Benoit, and she was like, "I gotta stop doing it. He is not Chris Benoit. Bitch, he don't do a diving headbutt yet. Once he do a diving headbutt, your man is a black Chris Benoit."
Probably the closest thing to Chris Benoit was Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that is literally the closest thing we got. And guess what? He doing good. Because he learned from the mistakes of the person previous before him.
I mean,
he's
battling another concussion, but
Yeah,
he's battling concussion, but Chris Benoit wrestled with his concussion still, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan get a concussion, that motherfucker go home.
Yeah.
And like you said, Chris Benoit, multiple concussions throughout his career, probably wasn't properly treated for him because back then you didn't take time off from work. You just kept wrestling. And so we've now come to learn about CTE, which is a long-term effect of concussions. Mm-hmm. So the last week of his life, he made the most heinous choices possible. So you're judging him off of 3 or 4 days. But yeah, it was fucked up, as we always say, but you can't defend it. But what the man did in the ring is totally different than the lifetime of brain injury that he suffered and his 3-4 days worth of choices.
Of course.
Two different things.
Look at Vince McMahon. We can't say Vince McMahon is not a good promoter for WWE, but we also can still say this man's been doing fucked up shit for so long, and people have been saying it for so long, and now it's coming to light. People are like, "Oh, I never knew Vince was like this." Really? Mm-hmm. You never knew? That sounds like bullshit. Everybody knew.
Yep.
Everybody definitely knew.
And the fact that when the first allegation came out, the first we said, okay, where's the rest of them? We knew more was coming. We now have 3 more, and the odds are there's still more. Mm-hmm. And not only are there probably more NDAs and payoffs, there's probably more women that just, you know what? I don't even want to be bothered anymore. There's probably those too.
Yeah.
But Go ahead.
No, I had this question that I always wanted to try to fit by y'all and see if it made sense, because it popped in my head right around the time of all this shit that happened. I wonder if Ashley was a part of it and the reason why she did what she did. I know it's not controversial, but it popped in my head one day, and I was like, I wonder if that's the reason why she did what she did. I'm confused. You would go out like that. But instead, you was living a great life and still doing things normally.
Still, man. And I saw her the year before, or actually the months prior before she died too. I saw her at a Comic-Con. She didn't look great, man. Yeah. Honestly, I felt like there was something going on, man.
So, side note about the Vince story right now. WWE Board of Directors is experiencing a shakeup. In the wake of the investigation over the hush money, there has been several changes at the top of the company. Now one of the corporate board members has announced their resignation. According to SEC, Security Exchange Commission, that's what it stands for, on July 6th, Connor Schell has stepped down from his position on the board, an increased slate of responsibilities at the North American Road Company, which he owns, a content studio led to his resignation. It was noted that there was no dispute over the company.
Wow.
So now board members want out.
Yep.
Because they realize we can't actually take over the company because of the way the stock is set up. So we have board members leaving now.
This is getting juicy, man. This is getting juicy.
Yeah, and coming from the Louisiana Attorney General, this is one of the people that are a part of the investigation on the legal side. The investigation is focusing on whether WWE's officers and or directors breached their fiduciary duties to the company's shareholders or otherwise violated state or federal laws. That's basically what's going on. Because back to the first one that came out, this woman went from a $100,000 salary to a $200,000 salary without any cause to give her a 100% raise for a job that she's already overpaid for. Because I believe the week the article came out, somebody had looked up the average paralegal starting salary in the state of Connecticut, and it was $53,000. And she started at $100,000 with no experience. She was straight out of college.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, not straight out of college.
All right.
But she was a little older, but it was her first actual paralegal work.
Nah, dog, you got it wrong. She was experienced, all right. They just didn't say what kind of background experience she had.
Oh, she had experience in buffing the bagpipes in B flat.
It was a good B flat.
Hold on, I got one more article. I just don't know.
Nice.
It's too much shit to read.
Okay, then while you do that article, I'm gonna keep talking more jokes. Like I said,
Go ahead.
she was good at a B flat, but I feel like she was good at gym activities, something that had to do with like yoga, like downward dog, on knees, take two face. You get raises for learning the moves. The moves are technical hard. Most people I know them moves are hard.
Okay, here we go.
Good one.
Follow-up reporting has uncovered more hush money payments to former employees over sexual misconduct allegations. McMahon has said he will cooperate with an investigation by the company's board. They're now up, as we said, they're now up to 3 other women over whether it was in the office or talent. There's now talent accusations. So
Rosa Mendez. I'm saying Rosa Mendez is one.
People are saying Christy Hemme. People are saying Sable.
Sad thing is, I could see Sable. I can technically see more of Sunny, because Sunny had a big role through WWF that she should have never had. I don't care how pretty she was. She shouldn't have had the 50 head.
Sable's already had a lawsuit against the company. When she left the second time in, what was that, 2005, she sued the company for, what was that shit called? Lost wages and future earnings. Because
that's what happens. You no longer get that double Glock 2000.
Basically. So and a part of that lawsuit were sexual misconduct allegations. So she's already been through a lawsuit with WWE over that. So is she one of these people potentially? Did Vince just probably give her money to go away?
So is that why Brock Lesnar is getting all these fucking matches?
Could be.
Sable told me everything, right? So for me to keep quiet, you got to do what I say.
You want me to F5 the whole office?
Could be.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna think about it like this. Think about whatever wrestler that wrestled there left, and WWE never called them back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, Rosa Mendez.
Yeah, Rosa Mendez. Chris, like I said, Christy Hemme's come up. Sable.
Eva Marie?
No, not Eva Marie.
Okay.
Oddly, not her, because her and her husband have this really weird relationship, and it just wouldn't be her.
I'm thinking somebody
No.
else.
Who else was mentioned? Fuck. Jillian Hall was mentioned.
Wow, that's already a handful.
Yeah. Maria
Kanellis.
Kanellis.
Women, you got to think about this. Probably like part of this thing. Cause like I said, think about it. WWE would call back every other woman, no matter what. Bad wrestlers, bad on the mic, no matter what it is. But there's a few women wrestlers that they had there that made the money. They won't call back at all. So it's got to be something why Vince won't call them back.
Yeah, Maria Kanellis, and Lana. Lana's on the list.
Oh yeah,
on the alleged list.
That's the recent list right there.
Because if you remember, when she left, she said, "I'm going to expose everything," and then she just went completely silent on the internet for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because they paid her $1 million. She was like, you know what, Vince, want to be quiet? I'll be quiet.
And
then I can never figure out why Lana's still doing nothing and still got all this money. Bitch, you was not that famous. So how the hell are you getting all this money?
Well, she still does a shit ton of modeling on the side, so. And now she has her OnlyFans.
But even most models don't even get that kind of bread. That's what I'm saying.
Well, X-Man, damn, Rosa Mendez was dating one of the Freebirds, Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes, yeah.
She was dating him for the longest. Basically, the whole time she was in the company, she was dating Michael Hayes. And as I said before, Michael Hayes seems like the kind of guy where it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
That seemed like John Laurinaitis type of words. I think that's why he yelled, "People power" all the time.
No, he meant to say pussy power. Damn.
He meant to say Joe Laurinaitis and Mr. Manpower.
McMahon power.
Yeah, so it's we're still waiting for the shoe to drop, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that hasn't come up, there's no rape allegations. Everything's been consensual. It's just he happens to be doing it with employees and then paying them money to go away. That's the only thing it's morally wrong, but there's nothing really illegal.
Is it morally wrong with Vince McMahon, the guy that's a millionaire, that should be a billionaire, that you come to his company to wrestle, he goes, "Hey, we can pay you X amount of dollars, but if you do some strength or some change, we can pay you X amount of dollars." And you know, most people that got the company, especially, you know what? Boom, it just hit me. Why do Vince want to keep hiring people that ain't wrestlers, especially women? Is that the reason why? I know you can't wrestle. I know you're not going to mic, but you might can do something else. You can throw your little extra dollars in your pocket.
And now Chris Jericho has thrown in his 2 cents. Oddly, it wasn't on his podcast. It was on somebody else's show. He says, I mean, there's a surprise. There's not a surprise in this industry anymore. And really, when you look at it, it's not illegal. He had an affair. Paid the lady off to not say anything, and moved on. People want to jump on it, but there's still always an undertone of it's wrestling. If you look, the story came out with a bang, and then you haven't really heard anything about it since. If this was, Hollywood with Harvey Weinstein, that sort of thing, but the difference between that and what was holding women back from getting gigs, Harvey Weinstein, either bang me or you don't get a starting role.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Look at Vince, because some of these female wrestlers did not deserve to be on the main roster in some of the positions they was in, because some of them was just never good. So you always got to think back of who was bad at their job, but got more than most of the women that actually could wrestle.
Right.
The Bellas.
Yeah.
Hey, well, look, John Laurinaitis already in that one.
Yo, that's weird how he ended up marrying their mother, and he picked them out of a lingerie magazine. So he was already lusting over them and then married their mom. That's just fucking weird.
Hey, look, you know what that is? Hey, I took the wrong pill. Can you help me, stepmom?
Oh, but back to Jericho. The author of the article goes on to say, Jericho emphasized that although McMahon's alleged transgressions are morally reprehensible, they will likely be forgotten about down the road. However, Jericho could admittedly be proven wrong in 6 months' time.
He could be, because nobody's going to forget this. If we don't forget about Chris Benoit and the shit he did, you not remember Vince McMahon over here paying people for ass?
There will be a Jordynne Grace that says something about Vince McMahon.
Look, we already got a Ryback. Why not have a Jordynne Grace?
And speaking of Ryback.
Oh, wow. I like every time I say something and leads into something else I don't know about.
Speaking of Ryback.
He also put his 2 cents in on Twitter. The young Sheik himself.
Yes, the young Sheik himself.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Ryback.
Feed
the
me words.
in training.
So
Mr.
first he
Phoebe
says,
words.
anyone with a repeated history of sexual misconduct with the talent should not be in a creative position or any position for that matter in a publicly traded company. Get this possessed demon Vince McMahon out once and for all. You're going to find more than just this. That was on Friday morning when the second allegation came out. Later on Friday, he said, everything I've ever said has been 100% true. WWE wanted me to sign an NDA in 2016, and I refused. They have since done everything in their power to silence me and hurt my brand and business. The truth always wins. Fuck anyone who's ever doubted me, and you will soon see even more.
Yo, and it's sad to get, it makes so much sense now too. Because I feel like he walked in on Vince doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
Probably.
And he was like, yeah.
Probably.
Like, Ryback didn't deserve to be a world champion, but he got that world championship kind of out of the blue super fast. I was like, he was like, hey Vince, I saw you with the younger talent, and I'm gonna need that WWE championship opportunity now.
He probably walked in and Vince had a card battery strapped to his nipples and a vice grip around his testicles and Eva Marie, not Eva Marie. What's the other one? Eve Torres standing in the corner.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Forgot about you, Torres.
I don't think she would be one of the ones to go for it. She's just in that era.
I'm telling you, bro, Ryback knows something that we don't know, and I don't think Vince has enough money or enough people to keep that man silent.
And like he said, they tried to get him to sign an NDA. He doesn't give a shit.
Like, why would you get him to sign an NDA unless he knows something he shouldn't know?
Exactly.
Tell you, bro, Ryback knows something. Yo, we gotta listen to Ryback more.
You know what? This is Ryback's face turn.
Yeah, it's crazy how 2 months ago we were shitting on him for his outlandish opinions, and now he's spitting gospel.
This motherfucker been in the know before any of us.
You know I met Ryback?
Really?
Yeah, I got a picture with him too. I'm gonna put it next week on there.
All
right. I'm telling you, Ryback is the Dave Meltzer of knowing what Mr. Man did.
If Ryback really comes out clean on this, I'm gonna be like, yo, I met this guy already. He's my hero.
But since this has been going on, he's been on point.
He's been on point.
On point. I can't argue with anything he said since.
It's just, man, coming from Ryback, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
It's a surprise. Holy shit. He knew something. And I should have asked him right then and there.
And it's got to be the truth at this point.
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
Because it's all making sense now. Like, everything he's been saying, too, it's all making sense. We just, looked at it as, this motherfucker is stupid. Yeah. You know? But no, that's not the case. He actually knows shit, bro.
Yeah. Oh! On some total random fuckery, Maximum Male Models, you can actually sign up on the website.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
MaximumMaleModels.com. You can apply to be a maximum male model. Although the cover of the website says this is not an actual modeling agency, but you can sign up for something and you give them their information, you give them your picture, and something will happen.
I might do it to see what happens.
You'll probably get in.
I might have to go buy me some Hoochie Daddy shorts and an old school rock button up.
God, I
forgot to talk about this last week. This is incredibly bad, but incredibly entertaining at the same time.
I was about to say, I miss Velveteen Dream.
Marseille and Monsoir.
Yo, seriously, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Mixed with another gimmick. I can't think of the name.
I miss Velveteen Dream and Mansoor and LA Knight. I miss
Max
so much.
Dupree.
Now it's Max Dupree. And
Dupree. You have to say it that way, sir.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Velveteen Dream meets the Fashion Police.
Yeah, there you go.
They're just two male models trying to make it as wrestlers, but they just got Velveteen Dream gimmick. At this point right now, they might just bring Velveteen back and just put him in there. Fuck that.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have to change his name to
man
something
at
that
home
starts with
doing
an M.
Hey, look, they can change Velveteen Dream name. Let's keep his same gimmick. Let him come out there in his belly shirts and, his frail hair and all that. He can still keep the same gimmick. Just change the name.
By the way, where has been Velveteen Dream?
He got fired.
Oh, he did, right?
Remember he had the sex allegation?
Oh, yeah, he did.
At this point right now, if they're going to give away allegations, do shit like this, they might want to bring him back.
Yeah, right.
I was just about to say that with the whole Vince thing and all the people that got fired for the sex allegations, they might as well let him come back.
Might as well. So we get Enzo back, right?
Let's not push it.
Oh, we're not never getting Enzo back. We would get what you call it back before we get Enzo.
Yeah, more.
We'll get.
Yeah, Cass will be back before Enzo.
Big Cass will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Because Enzo burned too many bridges.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even his fault.
No, it was his fault.
Well, part of it was.
It was
Some
his
of
fault.
it was his fault.
Some of it was.
The rest of that shit was his fault. Vince liked him, so it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but Cass, he's reformed his life. He might have a shot at coming back because he didn't really piss people off.
Well, you sure? I think he pissed somebody off in there. I forgot who, but yeah.
Cass pissed off the whole 205 Live. They almost all work for AEW.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, right. AEW 205.
All right, so
AEW Live.
So gearing up for SummerSlam, the head of the table, the last needle mover, Roman Reigns, has returned. He was cutting a promo, and out comes Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory. Theory.
That man's name is Austin. Fuck out of here.
Yes, Austin.
All day.
All day. You know what? The all day and the A-Town down don't make any sense if his first name's not Austin.
And he's all parading and shit all around the ring.
His music starts with A-Town down. It doesn't make any sense if Austin's not his first name. Where does the A-Town come from?
Is he from?
He's from Atlanta.
Atlanta?
But it was also the gimmick of he's from Atlanta, his name's Austin, A-Town down. There's no correlation now without Austin as being his name.
There's none.
And also he only made up his name because of Tekken Brian Fury.
Yes, I heard that story. Yep. And then on Raw, how does Pat McAfee say it? The superior among all humans or some shit. Brock Lesnar has returned.
Yeah.
And once again, Austin Theory showed his face.
Well, that was interesting.
I seriously don't think he's cashing in.
No, he's not. He would be very stupid to do it right now.
But keep in mind, SummerSlam is a last man standing between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So we assume they're going to beat the fuck out of each other. And even the winner is going to be, barely, coherent.
So that's when he could possibly cash in?
Look, I got a hot take on this one.
Okay.
Right? What if we do cash it in, and now that Vince is no longer in power, he's not the golden boy, and they let him lose it?
Oh, he'll be the next Drew McIntyre. And then we'll see him in like 4 or 5 years later after he got released.
Speaking of Drew McIntyre,
yes,
at house shows over the last weekend, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre has been the main event of house shows. Potentially, this is the main event of Clash at the Castle.
Oh yeah,
I've been saying this since this event was announced.
This was like 3 or 4 months ago. The main thing was supposed to happen was Matt Riddle was supposed to got a title shot.
Yeah,
and he did. And then Randy got injured, but Randy was going to take his title shot after Matt Riddle. It made sense. And then after that, the UK event, it was going to be Drew versus him because Drew will pull more fans in the UK event to show up, like he would do Roman. So it made more sense to have both of them on there.
So who's the freaking child in the match? What the hell is what is this, a triple threat match?
No, I think that's the ref, or that's the ring announcer.
Small as hell. Yeah.
So yeah, as I've been saying since this match was announced, since the event was announced, it's got to be Drew taking the belt off of Roman in the UK, and nothing else makes sense. There's no point in having that match if Drew doesn't win.
That's true.
There's no point in having that match.
But they had it. They had it, man, and it doesn't make sense at all. It really doesn't. Like,
so obviously Roman's going to beat Brock Lesnar. So having Austin Theory running around with the belt, the briefcase behind them, I get it. It's a red herring, but he's not cashing in. It's not a good time for him to cash in. And you're not going to have him cash in on Drew in the UK either. That's a bad look too.
I feel like they're going to use Austin Theory's briefcase to try to interact another clause of, oh, you don't have to really go with the WWE title, because remember the original concept of was for a title shot at any time, and then people just assumed they would just put a heavyweight title, but it could be for any title, any time.
Right.
So I feel like they're gonna have him talk about Roman and shit like that. He's gonna interact with Roman. That shit's gonna go south, and he's gonna probably try to go for whoever got the second title, to just put him back in the line, like, for being that guy with a second belt.
What if they do some weird shit where he loses to Lashley again and then uses that to cash in to get another match against Lashley to get another U.S. title match?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would make more sense for him, because even though he's doing a lot of things at the youngest age right now, I don't see him being WWE champion right now. Not now. But United States champion, IC title champion, I see him doing big things with that, like him holding that belt and doing like how The Miz did when The Miz won the United States title and he ran with that bitch, making it a household name. Or like when Dolph Ziggler took the IC title for a little bit, or Drew took the IC title back in the day, and they made it a household name again. Hell, when Cody had the IC title, he made the IC title relevant. Like, the WWE title was cool, but the IC title is what everybody was going after. I can see him being that kind of dude. Be like John Cena, hold the U.S. title for a long time. Make that type of esteem. Make people want that belt off you. Then lose that belt. Now go for the WWE title.
Right.
But wouldn't that also essentially be burying the Money in the Bank concept?
Not necessarily. Because if you remember when Otis won it, he kept saying something about, he was potentially going to cash in for a tag title. Because Heavy Machine hadn't been broken up yet.
Yeah, because like I said, don't forget, when the first Money in the Bank happened, Vince McMahon said it was a briefcase to have a title opportunity at any time. It wasn't just a WWE title. It just everybody they put it on was the best thing to have for a world title shot.
Right.
But it was originally just for whatever title you wanted, you could cash in on it. And people just forgot about that and just kept thinking, oh, you win a Money in the Bank, you go for WWE title. You don't have to. That's not the main goal of it.
But
kind of like in Impact with the X Division option C, you don't have to cash in for a world title, but it is an option.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, because option C was the best thing that Impact did. But that was the only thing that was kind of cool, because some people deserve the X Division title, but they're never going to get it. They win that belt, and they change option C and go with something totally different. You like, okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
So yeah, I never knew that the concept was any title.
Yeah, it's there. It's never been used.
Because I would just assume like they would just go with the world.
Actually, I think what screwed it up was when they went to the brand extension, and it then became you can only choose the title for your brand. You can't jump to the other show and challenge that champion.
But even then, that wasn't specified, like which title from that brand.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
Because, like, if you're saying which title of the brand, then you're going to automatically assume you're going for the world titles.
Right.
Instead of, like, the U.S. title. Or the
it's just always assumed you're going for the world title, but it's never been specifically stated it's only the world title. The injury bug that's going around in 2022 is now affecting NXT UK, and Ilya Dragunov has relinquished the NXT UK Championship. And they're over the next coming weeks, because they tape once a month, Tyler Bate has won the title, and we'll eventually see it on TV. Because like I said, they taped last week for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
I'm glad Tyler Bates is doing good.
He's now a 2-time NXT UK champion.
Yeah.
The only 2-time NXT UK champion.
It's been a while since he's been the first time. So
he win the inaugural tournament, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did, and that was like what
2017.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at it this morning because there's only been 4 NXT UK champions. It's been Tyler Bate. He lost it to Pete Dunne, who lost it to Walter, who then had it for 809 days, I believe it was.
Pete Dunne, you mean Butch?
Yeah, Butch. And then Walter lost it to Ilya, and Ilya's now had it for like 250 days.
Hey, look, Tyler Bate lost it to Butch. Butch lost it to Gunther.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, we gotta be accurate with these names now for WWE's sake.
Yeah. And while we're talking about the UK, Saraya, formerly known as Paige, is now free as of Friday. She put out a statement to her fans. You can call me Saraya now. Tomorrow is my last official day as Paige. I got signed in April of 2011 at 18 years old. I was just a baby from Norwich, England, and as I am sitting here now, it's only a month away from turning 30. That's crazy, right? I've been Paige for over 11 years. For my entire adult life, I've been with WWE. And while I've changed a lot over time, one thing feels the same to me today as it did back then. The thrill of those 3 letters, WWE. Those 3 letters have given so much to me in so many ways. They've come to define me, and they've never lost their meaning. The idea of being a WCW superstar still blows me away, and I'm still humbled by it, which makes it hard to say goodbye. Signed, Saraya, formerly known as Paige.
Yeah. I'm cool with her. I'm cool with her going away letter because, for her to do it, for her to be there at a young age, to wrestle, beat AJ Lee for the title
in her debut.
First night showing up. They're starting the rebrand of the Women's Revolution on the main roster before we got the 4 horsewomen even up there, and setting the bar for girls that actually run to wrestle and not be models. She did a lot for a young age girl, and then when she got injured and she had to go away, I was like, damn, she did way more than most people that was there from the very beginning, and that's really saying a lot.
And in a separate interview, of course, as all wrestlers do, she hinted at returning to the ring because she thinks she can get an outside doctor to clear her because WWE doctors were not.
She could. Look at Daniel Bryan.
Precisely.
Possibly of AEW run or Impact run?
Either one. Yeah, we'll see. So, we all know Tony Khan loves to name Dynamite. So we will now have a 2-week Fyter Fest special on Dynamite, which used to, in their first year, was a pay-per-view, and now it's just a TV special.
No offense, Fyter Fest sound like it should have been a TV special.
I guess.
Now it's lived its purpose.
Yeah. So we have an AEW World Championship match. Jon Moxley taking on Konosuke Takeshita. And we also have a Ring of Honor World Championship match. Jonathan Gresham's finally showing up. He's taking on Lee Moriarty, but we know he's going to win because he has a match at Death Before Dishonor against hold on, it's on the next slide. No, I'm sorry, he's not booked for Death Before Dishonor yet. I take that back. We got Claudio versus Jake Hager. I'm actually interested in seeing that. Can Claudio get a match out of Jake Hager? Because nobody else can.
Maybe it will, because it's going to be hype.
We the people.
Look, I'm just waiting for the crowd to yell that through the whole match.
Facts.
Dude, the Blood and Guts match when they first saw each other?
Yeah.
Epic.
We have the 3-way tag team championship match that was supposed to happen at Road Rager before Jeff Hardy had his Road Rager.
Oh, stop.
Yes, I did it again. I
love it.
And then for some reason, Wardlow's facing Orange Cassidy for the TNT championship, but whatever.
That was good. Wow, that's going to be...
Honestly, I only want to see Moriarty and Gresham, and then Claudio. That's pretty much all I want to see.
I don't know why I'm interested in this Warlord Cassidy match. I just want him to get squashed so bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that reminds me, yo. There was a signing that happened yesterday, and Darby Allin was there. And
he jumped off through a table for no reason at all.
No, not even that. Brody King showed up, and in the middle of that nigga signing, he put that motherfucker in a chokehold in front of random people and choked him out.
Nice.
I was like, now that storybook talk. That's the real storybook telling right there.
Yes.
You take that shit outside the ring to a regular thing and be like, oh, Darby Allin's gonna be here signing. Also, Brody beat the hell out of him, chokes him out, and leave him. Do you continue signing or do you just go home?
Well, he decided to jump through a table for no reason at all after that.
Yeah, he did.
This
decide to do
is
that.
Darby we're talking about.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, on the Death Before Dishonor card, we have 3 matches announced so far, and it's Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal for the TV title. Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia for the Pure title. Daniel Garcia, who is also the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Champion.
Ooh, I see a match that I really want to see now.
Yes, part 2, Briscoe's FTR.
Let's go.
I need this match. This is the match I needed. I don't give a fuck about anything else on this damn card.
I will have the Vaseline ready on the side. I'm turning the lights down, and I'm gonna do a Dave Meltzer, as if it was a Young Bucks match.
I'm about to say, look, you can't do a Dave Meltzer unless you got all the papers on the floor and your dog walking around it.
My OCD will not allow such clutter in my house. I'll kill somebody before my house looks like that.
I'm saying right now, these 3 matches alone is technically what I want to see.
Yeah, Yuta versus Garcia is gonna be crazy too.
Yeah, you got to assume Gresham's gonna have a match. You got to assume Mercedes Martinez will have a match, and maybe just some other feature match. You know, just for the sake of having a non-title match.
Can we talk about Mercedes Martinez for like 2.2 seconds?
Oh yeah, she has an OnlyFans now.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck OnlyFans. She ain't doing shit on it.
Yeah. Her bio says no nudes, so she shut that shit down quick.
It's fine. It's fine.
Go ahead though.
Yeah, like that shit trash. If you're going to OnlyFans, you got to at least give somebody something to come see.
Give me a nipple or something.
But, look, you got cheeks, but I'm trying to see the full out cheek.
Word. That's what we're trying to see.
I randomly found this list. The person that did the article for Rocky Johnson's other kids finding each other. I believe his name is John Oliver. I could be wrong. But the person that did that, he runs a magazine, and in his magazine, he printed this list. The 50 greatest wrestlers of all time. I'm not entirely angry at this list. I have exactly 4 people I think that should be moved. I think Macho Man's too high and Cena's too high. And then I believe Roddy Piper and Dusty are too low.
I think Daniel and AJ are like literally too low.
No, I'm fine because they're still in their career.
AJ might be almost out. So is Daniel, but
to me, Dusty and Piper need to be in the top 10, and then you can take Macho Man and Cena and drop them. That's just my personal. Those are my only arguments with this list. Everybody else, I feel, is worthy to be on their list. They're not too high, not too low. But Dusty and Piper need to be higher.
Dusty definitely needs to be higher. Piper too, yeah, definitely.
No offense, but I need number 24 to be changed.
Number 20.
Harley Race.
He shouldn't even be in the top 25. He should be on the other side of the list.
Really?
Under fucking Orton or above
That's
Orton?
What I'm saying.
Are you serious?
That's what I'm saying. He's above Orton. That's weird.
Orton
That
should
nigga
be a
know
little
that
higher
this is not right about that.
I don't know. I've never seen a Harley Race match, but to me, the legend of Harley Race, I think he should be on the list.
And
I'm about to say that's great, but look, that's great, but we're going by just that, why is Ricky Dragon, Steamboat, and Art Anderson are over there damn near in the end of the 29th and damn near the beginning of 30, like the end of 30?
Okay.
Like Vader, Mark Henry, Goldust, Ultimate Warrior, Goldberg, William Regal, Kofi Kingston, Batista, Kevin Nash, Jeff Hardy. I can see them being in that because, you know, stuff that happened between their careers, some of them not wrestling, some have issues with drunk driving. Yeah, it makes sense. But to have Art Anderson, the man of the Four Horsemen, a guy that was doing a lot at 38, that's weird.
That
like I gotta say, you put Chris Benoit at 33. I'm surprised you put Chris Benoit even that high.
Alex, I'm with you on this one with Arn Anderson. He should be a little higher since what he's given to the business too.
Right.
Like how, dude, my man perfected the freaking lariats. Dude.
Yeah, he perfected the lariat and the sidewalk slam.
And the spine buster. The spine. Nobody could ever do it better than fucking Arn Anderson on spine.
I like Triple H's spine buster.
I like the Rocks, but you know the Rocks.
The Rocks was always too sloppy for me.
It is. Because he was flashy.
He kind of he just kind of picks you up and just he's not full contact
Triple
the whole
H
time.
Is full force, so
because he picks you up, turns you, and drops you.
Because that shit is dope too. But Arn Anderson perfected that.
Let me tell you now, Triple H spine buster is cool, but Triple H spine buster is just a watered down version of Arn Anderson's spine buster.
Yeah,
true.
Because at the end of the day, no matter how old Arn Anderson is, we already seen him do it at AEW when he gave what do you call spine buster. He picked him up so quick and slammed him so hard and rolled out the ring. For a man at his age, he should not be able to be that strong and fast still like your people's spine buster.
The Glock don't miss, sir. The Glock
don't
miss.
And I kind of miss him doing that right now. I need him back doing that.
I grabbed the Glock.
I put it to his dome.
And splatter his blade
all over the pavement.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I thought Artist might drop a mixtape the way he was saying it like that, bro.
I'm gonna get a soundbite soon for that one.
Yo, he was ready for battle rap,
dude.
Yo, I'm telling you, you URL. He's about to be up there.
Yo, word. I got the Glock. Sting's fine where he's at. I feel. Booker T.
I'm fine with Booker T.
I'm fine with Booker T too. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm always only worried about like the top 20.
Yeah, like some of this need to be moved around just a little bit, but not a lot. Like Sting is good where he's at. Dusty could probably be where Roddy Piper is at, because Dusty's still, you know, he's the man, but his career never gave him a world title reign.
Right.
So he's good where he's at. The Burber's good where he's at. Andre Giant is good where he's at. Bruno Sammartino being in 13 is kind of just still weird. Because, you know, he still got the longest, heavyweight title reign in history.
He should be above, he should be the top 5, right?
But you also have the, I guess this works into your Harley Race argument where it was in an era where there's not, I'm not going to say there wasn't competition, but you were literally having the same match with one person for like a month straight because you just went from city to city and did the same match again.
True.
Well, if that's true, then we shouldn't have Ric Flair as number 3.
But the longevity of Ric Flair, because he was there in the 70s and the 80s, but the 90s where things changed, he was there for the 2000s where things really changed.
Multiple eras, man.
Yeah.
And he still wrestled when he was fucking 60. Now he's almost 80 and shit.
Yeah, now he's almost 80, about to have another one. Like a goddamn.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say, me looking at this list in the order that he fits it, it looked more of popularity and who was big at the time than it is anybody really wrestling. Because Stone Cold is always going to be number 1. Yeah. Macho Man with his talks and everything was always going to be number 2. Ric Flair the way he was, Hulk Hogan the way he was, The Rock the way he was, John Cena, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Brett. It's basically just based on these guys just being as popular as they were at that time, being that high popular. Because Kurt was never that high popular.
Right. Triple
H has been off and on. Bruno Sammartino wasn't like that. Kane was off and on. Booker T, it makes sense now. You think about it for popularity of wrestlers at a certain point, it makes sense. But you got Eddie as 23, and Eddie should be the top 10 because the popularity for him alive and gone is still fucking crazy.
I think Hulk Hogan should go down more, and Shawn Michaels should be number 4.
I can tell you what Hulk Hogan should be. The last black wrestler up here is 49, so Hulk Hogan should go under that. So he should be like 50. He should be under every wrestler up there that had melanin in their skin.
I feel bad for Vader. Give him Vader's spot.
Look, I'm just surprised Mark Henry made this list. Fuck all that.
Right? 49? That's not bad. Goldust made this list too.
Like, look, Mark Henry made this list, but I don't see no JBL or fucking Farouk up here.
Side note, for anybody that's ever called JBL a racist, are you serious? To be with Ron Simmons for like 7 or 8 years? Because of how like he hates his people and shit, they tried to call him a racist. No way Ron Simmons is hanging out.
Black.
No way Ron Simmons, Ron motherfucking Simmons is hanging out with JBL if he's a racist. That was beyond being a tag team. They were real life friends prior to teaming.
Whoever said that was a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's just an idiot.
All right, let's get the Ultra Fantasy booking before we wrap up.
All right, let's go.
Last week was Warzone opening match. The Usos taking on the Lucha Bros with Pac in their corner. And the Usos took home the win, 56 to 44%. Next up, we had Walter in a handicap match against the B team. And Walter won cleanly over the B team. I'm shocked. Because we had a couple stipulations. He was win clean, win via DQ because the B team uses a weapon, or win DQ because Brock Lesnar attacks Walter. But the fans chose win clean. Then, after the match, Paul Heyman came out to cut a promo. Sir Walter, last week you challenged Brock Lesnar for his WWE United States Championship inside of a fight pit. Have you forgotten that Brock Lesnar is a former UFC champion? Brock Lesnar breaks bones and puts people to sleep as a side hustle. So yes, Brock Lesnar accepts your challenge. Brock Lesnar will be the last man breathing inside that fat pit, not you, sir. Walter. And that is a spoiler, not a prediction. Match 3, we have Mickie James taking on Charlotte Flair for the women's #1 contender. And Charlotte will be taking on Asuka at the next pay-per-view. She won 55 to 45%. Match 4, The Inspiration, formerly the Iconics, took on Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb. And this was a landslide victory for The Inspiration, 86 to 14%. Next, Adam Cole, baby. He cut a promo backstage before his match. Bryan Danielson, I challenged you 3 weeks ago for your MLW Openweight Championship, and you haven't said a word since. The inaugural tournament, you were my only loss, and now you're running scared. You know you got lucky, and you can't beat me again. That's why I went to the GM, Shane McMahon, and he gave me a rematch for next week's pay-per-view at No Way Out. See you soon, baby. Match 5, the Bullet Club, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Adam Cole took on the team of FTR and Nick Aldis. Wow, the Bullet Club won 91 to 9.
Damn.
Yeah. And the main event, MJF taking on Danhausen, but MJF will have one arm tied behind his back. And MJF won 84 to 16%. And you, Sir Alex, were one of the people that voted for Danhausen.
You know why? Because I know MJF is going to win Danny by a landslide. So I'm going to give Danhausen my vote because I know he's not going to win.
And before the match went off the air, before the show went off the air, MJF cut a promo. Cut my music. So I finally get a main event match in this bullshit show. And it's a gimmick match against this clown? Listen here, Shane O'Mac. I've walked out on promoters before, and I'll do it again. Maybe we should worry more about your roster and less about your dwindling inheritance that your old man is spending to bang paralegals.
Oh, where's my old?
And that,
damn son,
and that was Warzone.
This is a certified hood classic.
Word.
And now, Dragon Force.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I did it wrong. Oh, yeah. last week we had Thunder Rosa win over Victoria in a nice match. So now we're going to have Miss Thunder Rosa versus a stipulation matchup. Fun for us. It will be Thunder Rosa versus Fire and Desire in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Okay.
That's good.
Our last week match, we had the Briscoe versus AOP in a street fight for the title again. And AOP is now in a losing streak with going in 2 losses back to back. So the Briscoes go ahead and cut their promo. We gave y'all guys a second chance. Y'all guys thought y'all was going to beat us, and you didn't. So you know what that means? It's back to the line, and you better be lucky you ain't going to the back of another company.
Nice.
We also had LA Knight versus Steam, and Steam pulled out a great victory against LA Knight. So now Steam will come out there and put a chair back in the ring once again to cut a promo. Look, I'm tired of facing these people. I'm tired of not getting what I want. I want my match. I want Cesaro, and I want to go in with this title against the other show champion, showing that we are the best thing around. And then right behind that, we'll have Cesaro come out with Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman will give Kevin Steen a little insight. If you want your match, fine. You'll get your match. But you got to go through a selective opponent that we see fit before you can fight Cesaro. And Shelton Benjamin music plays. Shelton Benjamin is now part of Paul Heyman's little group. Now we added a new member. And now, if you need to get to Cesaro, you got to get through him first. And right before the show goes off, we just see somebody in the back just looking at a monitor. And they're looking at wrestling footage of the other show's champion. And nobody knows who it is. But we will find out the next week on Dragon Force.
Nice. That was a good show.
Told you I'm getting better at this now. When Dar sent me things early, I got time to sit down and start thinking about things.
Nice.
Yeah, when I booked my show early, I remember to send it to you early.
I wish I could animate these shows, man.
Bruh, I'm telling you, I really...
Oh, speaking of which, we have to somehow arrange a 2K stream for our fantasy rosters. I have everything downloaded. I'll bring in my Xbox. We can...
Work.
Yeah.
We got capture cards.
Yeah. We've got to work this out.
We'll definitely work this out. We'll have a day just to have it, ready.
Yeah.
And then we'll record it and we'll put it on the show.
Yep.
Alrighty. Word. So.
Well, this has been another episode of Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast. I am Darth Messiah 2.0. And you, sir?
Alex, the motherfucking Hill.
Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all, and to all a good night.
Somebody send me a hush money check, please.
Please. Me too.
Words.
All 3 of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.